The Columbia Disabilities Commission thought there was a need to enforce accessible parking violations. They looked at the numbers to see how many tickets were written for people who were illegally parking in an accessible parking space.
There had only been 5 tickets issued in the past 4 years. The Columbia police are understaffed and overworked and really haven't had the time to enforce it.
A lot of times by the time the police get out there to investigate a violation, the person's already moved on. And they also don't have time to patrol private parking lots usually for this violation as they're responding to calls and doing other things.
10-hour meters that are a couple blocks over.
The Columbia Disabilities Commission looked at this issue. They asked city staff to try and find an alternative solution. The solution that we came up with was an online reporting form that citizens can use to more effectively report these violations as they're committed.
Really, with cell phone technology, it's very simple, and we didn't have to pass an ordinance because parking in a disabled parking spot, if you're not qualified, is already a crime. All somebody has to do is take 2 or 3 pictures. You've got to get a picture of the back license plate. You need to frame the sign in the shot. Then you need to get a picture in the front showing that the hang tag is not on the dashboard or hanging from the mirror. And then you just upload those, fill out the rest of the form with your name and address, and sign the affidavit online and just send it in.
As soon as they submit the form, that form goes to the Columbia Police Department. They'll review it. They'll also pull the driver's registration information for it, and all that information gets forwarded to the City of Columbia Prosecutor's Office. The prosecutor will review everything and decide whether or not there's probable cause that a violation occurred.
And hopefully we'll reduce the amount of people who are illegally parking in those spots and leave it open for the people who truly need them.
The accessible parking enforcement online is just one step to improve the accessibility of the whole community. We're going to improve the number of accessible spots in the downtown area, particularly on Broadway. There's going to be added new accessible parking spaces. The city's also going to begin metering all accessible parking spaces. This is significant because these spaces were previously occupied oftentimes all day, and they weren't available a lot of times to people with disabilities who wanted to come downtown and shop. So if you're going to park somewhere all day, we're encouraging you to park in the garages. If you want to visit the shops, we're going to have some more on-street accessible parking options for people with disabilities.